It's your boys! Oh, shit.
Welcome to the Quick Six Sir Podcast Happy Hour.
It's your boys. Pat Artist Drew Pasley back again. Dynamic duo in this bitch. Drew, why don't we, since we're on this hype train right now, you gotta keep it hype.
Let go,
what do you, I'm gonna hit you with what I got right now.
Go ahead.
There's a new one for me, but it's a local brewery, Honky Tonk. It's a hazy IPA, 7%. It's called Hazefest. Ooh. And it says serious beer from irreverent people on it. Dry hop to hazy IPA. They're local in town. I've been there I think once or twice.
You like that. Okay, well,
hit me with that hype.
All right, so this is from Segundo Brewing Company. Now I can't make this shit up, Pat. I cannot make this shit up.
Do it.
This is Stone Cold Steve Austin's Broken Skull IPA.
Oh, shit. The rattlesnake, though?
The rattlesnake. The legend. The myth. The man. God. The wrestler that made all other wrestlers look like bitches.
He really did. He was in that era, wasn't it?
Let me just. I'm going to tell you the alcohol content. 6.7.
Yeah. Ooh.
So it's a little hefty.
A little hefty for Drew. Mine's I didn't even say mine, did I?
It tastes like a.
Mine's 7.
You said 7. It tastes like a pretty good IPA. Your boy don't like the IPAs, but I fucks with
really
them every now and then.
Drew doesn't like them at all, but look at this haze though. Look at that shit.
You love a haze.
God damn.
I was in Vaughn's looking at all the different beers I wanted to try for the podcast, and I saw that most of these craft breweries had hazy IPAs or double hazy IPAs was their main thing that they were shipping. They were just out for distribution.
Oh yeah, it's trendy.
Is it because it's trendy, or is it because what?
It's trendy right now.
And you're into
all the things I keep looking at. Like people stay making these hazy IPAs right now. But I'm not complaining. This shit fire. This is actually no disrespect, Honky Tonk, but this is my favorite beer that I've had from you guys. So that's what's up. Good for you guys. I mean, I've had a ton of IPAs in my time, so we we good right now.
I loves that. So speaking of my beer, I want to talk. Can we get into Stone Cold Steve Austin? Can we get into wrestling for a first topic? Or
we totally can. Oh no, we're not gonna introduce shit.
All right. Cool.
We are gonna do a couple of things. So a couple shout outs real quick. We have been monitoring some random things that we can monitor now, which are pretty cool. So we wanted to give a quick shout out to our listeners in Washington State, Idaho, Oklahoma, Georgia, Pennsylvania. Those are some new ones. So shout out to those guys.
Shouts out.
Shout out to the breweries we've been in contact with. Shit is about to get real. You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised that the beginning of this new season, this new show, is basically like we're starting from scratch. And I'm surprised that we're still getting random views, random listens from different states and places, because who would have thought, that we would still have something.
I think it's cool. Also wanted to give a shout out to everything that's happening in Portland. Stay safe. That is insane. But if you have a platform, you should talk about it, because it's getting drowned out and people aren't showing it. So
wait, tell me about Portland. What did you say?
All the protests and riots and people getting secret police. What is this?
I know. I've been hearing a little bit. Your boy, stay away from the news a little bit. Huh. Your boy gotta stay away from the news.
Well, the thing is, it's not getting highlighted. It's not like trending ever.
Yeah.
It's not like a bunch of the other protests that were you'd see him live and whatnot. Like, this stuff is not. I don't know. I follow some accounts that have just been showing live feeds and stuff.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. Straight crazy.
Yeah, I think the reason why I asked you about it is because I think I've only heard 1 or 2 things about Portland, and there are always some kind of random, little clip or something, and I have no idea what's going on except for there's protests going on every day.
Yeah, I mean it's insane, but
so stay safe.
Yeah, so yeah, our thing is stay safe. Do what you got to do, man. If you're out in them streets, do it. But
Portland's awesome too. Have you ever been?
No, I've actually never been past San Francisco. So
Portland, I've been there a few times, and it's one of my favorite cities. It has a very Midtown Memphis vibe, but all over the place. Okay. It's real hipster, but Portland doesn't seem pretentious, and that's probably just because I've only been like a few times, so I don't really know too much about it. But it has that hipster vibe, but it's not like that pretentious thing. But obviously, Portland's not Portland right now because of what's going on. Neither is any city because we're all just kind of trying to figure out what's up.
But yeah, I think we shine a light. You can, you got to. So
for sure.
Stay safe, guys. Yeah, but dude, let's get into it.
Oh, I've been ready for this. Okay.
Oh shit. Cause Stone Cold said so. Is that why you're ready?
That's exactly why I'm ready.
Oh, bro, man.
So he is the spirit animal of this podcast. He doesn't even know it. Because think about what we're doing here on the podcast. I mean, or what we did in the first 2 seasons. Stone Cold Steve Austin would come out in his wrestling in his cut-off jeans, crack open 2 beers, down them in front of the whole audience, and then go and whoop somebody's ass. I felt like that's how we attacked the podcast at first. We were just like, let me just down these beers and we're going to talk about this shit. But
it was pretty wild.
Tell me the truth though. When you was watching wrestling when you were a kid, Stone Cold Steve Austin was your favorite.
I was always this is a weird thing to talk about because like when I was a kid watching wrestling, I guess when we were both kids, watching wrestling was like the shit, right? Mm-hmm. It was like that, I guess, golden era with like when you could either watch WCW or WWF, right? Mm-hmm. And like, I think at some point, like I was definitely watching a lot of WCW, but when WWF bought them and like everybody combined, I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. I don't even know half of these guys. Yeah. And then like you have people like, like Stone Cold coming out and just whooping people's asses out of nowhere. Yeah. Dude had, let's be real, your boy related too, because I had a knee brace too. Stone Cold was in that knee brace all day. I was like, damn, Stone Cold could whoop some ass. All right. Like, here we go. Yeah, man, I don't know, that whole era, I was like, I was so about The Rock being the dude, like the dude,
Yeah, the Rock. I was into Triple H. I was into is it D-Generation X or is it? Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah, I was into that whole crew. I was into Mankind. My weird ass love Mankind.
Dude. Everybody loved Mankind. Everybody loved that weirdo. But like,
it's like everybody. And Kane and Undertaker. Yeah, they're when they finally teamed up, bro. That was like the dream team. Things. Yeah, but here's the thing about Stone Cold though. He came out and he was like a completely different persona because everybody, obviously you had to have this character when you're a wrestler. Yeah. And when he came out and he acted and did things like people from the South did, he was like a hero to us. He was like a hero. He didn't come out wearing that spandex and all that shit. He came out in the jorts, cut off jeans,
in a vest, a leather vest.
Bro, it was like, he was the shit. And I don't know why he ended up, his career kind of like dipped for a bit, and then he came back. But I wasn't into wrestling at that point. But now he's like. He came back for a little bit, and I don't know why or how. I don't know anything about his career because I stopped watching him, at a normal age. Yeah. But speaking of like Stone Cold coming back and all stuff, he's got a new show coming out. Did you hear about that?
Is it out or is it?
No, it's not out. It's coming out. Well, it's supposed to come out this summer, but I don't know.
There's a new one.
Straight up.
I think that man has already had a show.
He had another reality show?
I think so. It was like some kind of like, I think competition show or something.
Oh.
This man stays on TV. He
stays busy.
Yeah, he's like the TV version of The Rock, basically.
That's good.
I think. I don't know, but yeah.
I saw him on Hot Ones recently. He did a Hot Ones episode. You ever watch that show? That dude that eats the hot wings?
I have watched it. You know, skateboarders filmed that thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Like Roger from 9 Club, he films that show.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you said the TV version of The Rock, but The Rock, though.
I know. I want to go. All right, so let's talk about The Rock for a second. So when The Rock got to like cut that mullet off and actually got a dope haircut and was like just yelling at people, telling them that they weren't shit and that he was the best and all this other stuff, and oh my god, I was like, who is this guy? You know, like, what is this guy? Like, I don't know if I really understood the whole you got to put on an act thing at this point, but like, The Rock was doing it better than anybody. Like, this dude come out. Oh, do the eyebrow thing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Do you smell?
This man will come out, say something to somebody, and then be like, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Like, oh,
yeah, I remember that shit.
Like, this man just... I was dying. Like, oh, man. He just cuts him off after you didn't even care what he had to say.
You know, you couldn't wait for that people's elbow, though.
Oh, my God. Hold on. Dude, the...
He takes his elbow. Take his elbow pad off and then straight up. Elbow.
Tripping on these like special moves, finisher moves, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, dude, that whole era was insane. Like, just the weirdest people ever. You got to be a weirdo to do wrestling, but then like The Rock turns into this global superstar, yeah. Like, this man did a movie where, oh my god, have you seen the Hobbs vs. Shaw, the spin-off Fast and Furious movie?
No.
All right, well, it's on HBO right now. It's just absolutely insane, just crazy town, like, no doubt about it. I mean, dude, there's a part in it where they connect like 13 cars together to try to weigh down a helicopter that they're attached to so that Idris Elba doesn't get away. And then the cars are swinging like a rope, like over a cliff. And I'm like, none of this would ever be possible ever. And then The Rock is just like doing rock shit, you know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. What do you think of the Jumanji movies? You see any of those?
I liked them. Yeah, I like the new ones. I mean, the Jumanji movies were dope because one thing, they were a remake that was not supposed to be remade. You know, or it's not a remake. Yeah. It's more like a sequel, but it's like a reboot. That's what you call it. It's a reboot. They weren't supposed to be made because that movie's perfect. Robin Williams, everything about that old movie was perfect. And I was like, I don't know if I want to see this, but they did it justice. I don't know. There's this formula that's going on with these like super big budget movies now that I actually don't mind. I understand from an artistic value that's like, okay, they're just trying to make money or whatever, but your boy likes to be entertained.
That's what
you know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking around with trying to think about everything that
What do you care about this film theory and bullshit? Like, who cares?
Let's just go have fun for a bit.
Film theory isn't a Jack Black movie? Not shit. You kidding me?
Boy,
not shit.
No. But Jack Black's shit.
Oh, yeah, fire.
He's a straight up YouTube personality now. He pulled a Will Smith.
Oh, and he has a video game channel.
a video game channel, but he doesn't even do video games really. He just like vlogs and goes around, you know.
So just a weirdo.
Yeah, and it's great too. His show, if you haven't watched his YouTube, it's really funny.
It's good. Check it out.
But The Rock, what was his first big movie? What was his first? Do you remember?
Oh yeah. His first movie. I'm telling you, dude. I was like into The Rock. I think his first movie was a movie called Walking Tall, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I think that sounds right? It was like a movie.
No
I think
idea.
he was. I never seen it, but I think he was like a sheriff or something. And like instead of carrying a gun, he carried around a big ass stick. Something weird. Like it was super weird. But yeah, he did that, and then he did. I don't know. He did some other weird, like random action movies. And then I feel like at some point, like Fast and Furious franchise was like dying, and then they were like, "Oh, let's bring The Rock in," and then Fast and Furious franchise skyrocketed again.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like that whole. I think it's Fast 5, maybe. But that's the one. Like that's the one that was like, okay, this is like a heist movie. These aren't like racing movies anymore. And then like he's just like the biggest superstar in the world now.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, actually, his first big movie, The Mummy Returns.
Oh shit, he was the Scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did the Scorpion King. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
He did a movie called Scorpion King based on that really bad CGI in Mummy Returns.
So tell me this. Why did that movie take his career and turn him into a superstar, but Brendan Fraser is not a superstar anymore?
I don't know. He's on that Doom Patrol show.
Oh, Brendan Fraser has made a recent comeback, but you know Hollywood was like, no, we don't want this charismatic, good-looking guy to be in movies anymore. Like, what happened to Brendan Fraser? That's what I'm trying to find out.
I don't know. I really don't know. I think dude just dropped out. How about, what was it, Blast from the Past? You know this movie? When his family with Christopher Walken?
I don't know this movie.
Yeah, dude, you had to see this movie with Brendan Fraser.
I've seen a couple movies of Brendan Fraser because he was only famous for
a little while.
A little while.
I
mean, he was famous. He was famous a lot longer than I was watching movies, you know. But Monkey Bone
with him.
Remember Monkey Bone?
Oh yeah, it's around that time. I think it's with him, and I think the girl that played Claire in Clueless.
Yeah.
And they basically Christopher Walken is his dad and is like super paranoid about the Cold War, and a plane crashes into their house, but he thinks a meteorite is coming to hit their house.
Oh damn.
Or a nuclear bomb. I think it's a nuclear bomb. Anyway, so he makes the family go down in this bunker that he built. He's like a astrophysicist or something. Built a bunker like down underneath their house, like in LA, like on Sunset Boulevard, basically. And he goes down in his bunker, and he's like, oh fuck, like I think one of them gets sick. I think the dad gets sick, and he's like, oh, you have to go and venture out and like try to find medicine. And so like 30 years after this boy has been in this fucking bunker, he's only known like growing up there. He has to go out into the world and like figure out how to help his dad. And like the house was like I guess on a site they built like a strip mall over where it was.
Yeah.
And so like when he emerges, he's like in like a bar of like these derelicts, and then they start worshiping him because they think he's like some kind of god come out of the ground.
Yeah.
And like he has a cult at the end basically. But anyways, he starts like selling these his dad has a collection of like mint baseball cards from like back in the day, and he starts selling them for like, you know, like thousands of dollars to try to like get this shit for his dad to like bring back in the bunker and like seal it back up forever.
What was it
called?
And
then eventually, I think it's called Blast from the Past. Anyways, the girl he meets is like just so happens to know all these things about baseball and helps him sell the cards so that he can go back or whatever. But she gives him like, or no, he gives her like 2 or 3 cards or whatever, and they're worth like thousands of dollars. But and like he knows that, but like he has like a whole shoebox full of like these cards that are worth so much money, and he has like old war bonds and shit that he can sell. Like this dude has like millions of dollars in this like shoebox. Anyway, it's really weird. You should watch it.
All right.
It's probably it's peak Brendan Fraser for sure.
What about Encino Man? Now that is peak Brendan Fraser.
No, this is.
Oh, damn. Well, this is actually Encino Man is more like beginning Brendan Fraser.
Okay.
But anyway, we got off on a weird tangent, but I love it.
What about fuck was that movie? Airheads.
Oh yeah, I remember Airheads.
Adam Sandler, Brendan Fraser.
Was that a SNL sketch turned movie?
It might have been. I know it was I think it was an MTV movie. Anyways, yeah, we went hard on Brendan Fraser just now.
We did. And that's fine.
We did?
I don't got nothing to say about that. Steve Buscemi looking real young in that movie too.
Oh, I know.
I can go on Steve Buscemi tangent as well, but I'm going to stop. But Steve Buscemi, it don't really matter because that boy or that man is a genius. He is an acting genius. Did you ever see him in was it Boardwalk Empire?
HBO?
Yeah. Bro, have you seen that show?
I watched the first season, I think.
That's the best one.
Okay. I'll have to go rewatch it. I've been meaning to. There's
really
another topic.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was just going to say, if we're going to watch HBO shows, you should watch that one. Go for it.
Next topic. The Chernobyls.
The Chernobyls, though.
Okay. Shit, what were we gonna... You were going to talk about... Drew had some positive shit to talk about on this go-around. So, on a positive note, here's your boy, Drew Pasley.
On a positive. So, I was thinking about, what we're trying to do with the podcast and how we'll take our idea from the last 2 seasons, lump it into something positive, create a space where you can come and listen and hear something good in the world because we all need it. And obviously, it's hard when you watch the news because everything is negative. But I recently saw this thing on the news about this kid named Bridger Walker. And this kid saves his little sister from a dog attack. And the photo, did you see this photo of this kid? This kid
got mauled, bro.
He got mauled. I mean, I'm telling you, this is some shit that I wouldn't want my worst enemy to go through. Looking at his face, I saw it and I was like, fuck, this is horrible. But anyway, it turns out his story goes viral. Everyone is in love with this little kid because of how brave he is. And which is badass. It's completely badass that he saved his little sister from this dog. And he put his life on the line for that. So he gets rewarded. And I'm telling you, if this shit had happened to me when I was his age, I would have flipped the fuck out. But almost every Marvel superhero has left him a video message or sent him gifts. I'm talking the Captain. I'm talking Iron Man. I'm talking Spider-Man. I don't know. I haven't read about anybody else, but these 3 are the main ones that everyone is obsessed with, especially Spider-Man.
I think Thor sent him something too.
Yeah. So, like I said, this boy is getting treated, which is awesome, and he deserves it. But imagine you at that age getting a message from one of those people.
I'd lose it. Speaking of though, did you hear what he said afterwards? The kid said,
What?
He said something about like, well,
Oh,
I
yeah,
saw the
yeah.
dog was gonna attack, so I might as well die. She doesn't have to die.
Yeah.
I was like,
That is the
bro,
most
no,
deep.
you tripping? What are you doing?
That is the hardest fucking thing. That's the hardest thing I've ever heard anybody say, and that's came from a kid's mouth.
That's bro. Like, who are you? You know, like,
This
I
is
don't
he's
even
a
know.
he's a living superhero.
Man, what was that? Hold on, what was that hard ass writer? What was his name back in the day?
What are you talking about?
This
A writer?
Yeah, his writer. Fuck, what's his name?
What do you write?
I can't even remember right now. But he's like one of those dudes that's like remembered for being like a manly man.
And he was a novelist, like he wrote.
Like a poet maybe.
I
I'll
don't
look
know.
real quick.
Emerson.
No,
He went manly.
no.
You know. Wait, is this a classic guy or is this a?
Yeah, classic guy.
I don't know any manly man authors. All
Yes,
my favorite authors are sissies. Like me.
Oh man.
Who are you thinking of? Why? What's you got a quote or something?
No, I'm just trying to think. Like this is some shit like that person would have
would've
said.
Oh, you're talking about Tom Sawyer, Huck Finn kind of shit?
No.
Oh, I would say only person I know would be writing fucked up shit. Stephen King
No.
would be writing some fucked up shit.
Oh man, I'm about to figure it out. Keep talking about this boy though. I'm gonna figure it out.
Well, I mean, I don't really have much more to say on him, but to think about your actions. This is why this is really positive. Thinking about his actions that led to this response from the world, that's how desperately we needed it. We desperately needed Bridger to be the hero of this time because we are struggling right now with positivity. We can't seem to find it, and everything we see is either a lie or a political bias towards something on the news, and it's like what are we supposed to think? What are we supposed to do? And when you finally can grasp onto something that's that positive, and then that's like, it sucks that he got hurt, but he seems to be doing well, and he seems to be doing great, and his spirits are high, and I love that everybody came to his, sending him messages and gifts and stuff like that. It's just, it's awesome, man. I love it.
Yeah, I heard he was gonna get like the Captain's shield, right? He said he was gonna send it.
Yeah, and then Iron Man said he was going to send him something better.
Probably a car or some shit.
He was going to wait for his birthday.
Whatever.
A jetpack.
Yeah, the dude I was thinking about was Ernest Hemingway.
Oh, okay. Well,
There's some shit Ernest Hemingway would say, like, "Oh, he's gotta die. I'm gonna die." Like, fuck it. Weirdo. And that dude's a weirdo too. Anyway, that's what I was trying to think of.
I feel like most writers are weirdos, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's true.
That's okay. You're an artist.
Yeah. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. But I can't believe that. I can't believe that kid did that. It's kind of gnarly. Like I don't know. Like, sorry, Dill. Might have let your ass get eaten by a dog. No, I'm just kidding. I probably would have tried to help at least, but we probably both got fucked up for sure.
I think I told you this story before, but the only time that my older brother did something, it wasn't as similar as this, but the only time he saved me from something was this girl that I liked. She had just gotten out of a relationship, and she was dating somebody who was a little bit older than us.
Yeah.
And he was known to be kind of rough around the edges.
Your brother?
No. This guy. This guy that this girl was dating. And so after they broke up, we started talking, and I mean, it was pretty innocent at first, but we were trying to like maybe see if we could get together or whatever. And then this dude found out, and he was not feeling it. He was like, "Nah, you're not gonna date. Nobody's gonna date her if I can't, whatever."
Mm-hmm.
And so he starts calling me after I get the warning from the girl. I get the phone, call.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, "Lee, can you answer this for me? Like, I don't want to talk to this guy. He's bigger than me. He's older than me. I'm dead. Like, he's gonna try to fight me." And so Lee answers the phone, and he straight up punks this guy. Like, I cannot tell you how satisfying it was. And that's when I was like, okay, I've got an older brother. Like, I've got somebody who has my back, because this kid backed down so hard because Lee was a year older than he was.
Yeah.
And he was Lee was like pretty popular, so like he knew that if he messed with Lee, it was gonna be, over. And so then the guy was like, he was like, no, I'm not gonna say anything to Drew, whatever. Just let me talk to him. Just let me talk to him, please. So when he talked to him, that dude was docile. He was so like, "Hey man, I just want you to know that me and so are going to try and work things out, if you don't mind." And I was like, "Bro, that's not why you called. You did not want to call to ask my permission to see your own ex-girlfriend."
Oh, damn.
He was so...
This man bitched out so hard.
He bitched out so hard, and I was so proud of my older brother. Like, I was like, all right, this is the shit right here.
Man, I hope I've done something like that for Dill. Shit. I don't know, though. I don't know. Maybe.
We'll have to just ask Dill.
We'll have to ask Dill.
We'll put him on a quick
Probably be
sip.
a 10-hour long story, too.
Oh, he'll probably tell you how you didn't do it.
Oh, probably. We'll see. We'll ask him one day.
He'll go, "Yeah, Pat a bitch. He didn't."
Oh, he'll totally say that. Yeah, yeah. Pat a bitch. He never helped me. He hate me.
Pat ain't never helped me.
We did some fucked up shit to him, though, as he's a kid.
Y'all was doing all your experiments.
No, nothing like that. No, just weird things. Like, we tell him, like, there was like things haunting him in the yard and shit. He
Like I
couldn't
said, social experiments. Just messing with his head.
Just yeah, for sure. Oh man.
That's a good older brothers.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't have an older brother, so I don't know what that's like.
What do you think you would have taken away from an older brother? Like,
His
could you?
No. No, I don't know. I have no idea. I have a cousin that's like an older brother, but like the things that I took away from him were probably all the nerdy shit I'm into. Like, when I was really looking up to him as a kid, he was into video games and X-Men and shit. I was like, X-Men's a fire,
Yeah.
Shit like that, probably. But I don't know, man. I didn't get to like grow up with an older sibling.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I had a couple older friends in the neighborhood and whatnot.
I feel like that's the way it was with skateboarders. Like, there wasn't really an age limit, so like you were hanging out with people who weren't your age most of the time.
That's still how it is.
Yeah.
To be honest. But I don't know, man. It was just like, I guess some like random things. I guess like what we talked about before on a different show. But like, you get exposed to like random things that you probably shouldn't at the time. Like, like porn or alcohol, smoking weed, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I don't know about you, but the first time I had a couple friends that like lived on our street that were older than me. And like one time, one of them was like, "Oh, we're gonna have a big sleepover at my house." I was like, "All right, cool. This is me the shit." I'm gonna tell you the highlights of this sleepover, right? Highlights. He had a pool, so we went swimming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we went inside, and he played us an Adam Sandler stand-up special on cassette.
Nice.
Shit was on cassette. And then we made prank calls, because that was a thing you could do. No one had
caller ID.
caller ID until Scream came out. And then caller. Did you know that? Like people didn't really have caller ID until Scream came out, and then it was like a 200% increase in people that got it.
Crazy.
Like that's a real stat.
It makes sense.
And then it got a little bit later, and I think his parents had gone to bed, and he's like, "All right, you know what? I got Cinemax up in this room." We're like, I was like, "Oh shit, I don't know what that means." So this man,
how old were you?
I don't even know. Probably in elementary school still.
Oh,
and
damn.
yeah, no, it had to be in elementary school. Had to. This dude moved when we were in middle school. Yeah, so he flips this on, and I was thinking, I didn't know what the hell he was trying to show us, because he flips it on and it's fuzzy channel. It wasn't. So for you viewers that don't know what I'm talking about is, back in the day, sometimes you could get a fuzzy signal. So it could be like a fuzzy. I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it.
Yeah, it's where the signal doesn't come in properly, and you can just see like parts of the image, or like the top or the bottom, or like sometimes it like the image,
like the scan lines would go down.
Yeah, it would like come down or whatever.
Yeah. So all right. So hitting the highlights on watching this, I'm like, all right. So what are we trying to see? You know, and like you're sitting there thinking, the first time you see this stuff, you're like, what are we trying to look at? You know, like, because this doesn't make any sense. You can turn it up and you can like hear like weird noises and moans, and then like occasionally it'll become like crystal clear and you'd hear everything. But then like Drew was saying, like these scan lines would go through, and you'd occasionally catch like a boob, or like keep scanning and be like maybe catch something else. But then like every now and then you get a full screen of full on whatever it was. Yeah. And keep in mind, this was not like a full porn channel. It was like Cinemax. So like you'd have some like softcore weirdness happening the whole time. But yeah, man, I think that's probably what I would have taken away. I probably would have been exposed to that stuff like in my own home. Yeah. Instead of having to like figure it out at someone else's. But I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. We had some writers in, Drew. Drew Pasley.
Ooh, let's hear it.
Yeah. They wanted us to talk about Postmortem album releases.
Which has been happening a lot recently.
Actually, for a while. I guess. Yeah, a long time. Like
Tupac.
They had Jim Morrison albums coming out years after he was dead. So
that's what makes me think about. Did you ever hear that stat or quote from Lil Wayne saying that he had recorded hundreds of songs that haven't been released yet? He just would go in the studio and just record. Like, that dude is probably setting up for years and years of albums. Like,
we're not. Lil Wayne albums will outlive us for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, this man dropped like 3 this year. Like, what the hell?
And didn't he like at one point say he was retiring to skateboard? Like,
yeah, he did that, and then he got bored, and then he came like, back.
All right, I'm gonna come back.
Yeah.
This is okay. I do love this topic. I hate that these artists die or whatever, but this is a very interesting thing about our music culture, because like, remember when I mentioned Tupac? Remember when he died was a big thing. When his album started coming out afterwards, it was so like popular for it to happen that even Chappelle Show made a sketch about it. You know, Chappelle made a sketch about it. And so that was in mainstream culture. Yeah. And it's like, what? How is this motherfucker release some music and he's dead? And obviously he recorded it before, but then they were saying some shit like, we have the technology to simulate Tupac and Biggie's voice. We can put them on a song together. We can do a new album with Tupac, like all this stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck are you actually saying right now? Like, this is ridiculous. And then the hologram.
Oh God, the hologram. I mean, every bit of that though is pretty real now. Like I believe every bit of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, the technology?
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
yeah. But it would be so whack. Like
Yeah.
you know how whack that would be to have like a Biggie Tupac collabo album. Like a I don't know, man. I can't
Yeah.
do that. I can't do
No.
that.
I,
No.
I can't. I wouldn't want to listen to a simulated Tupac song because
No.
it just wouldn't mean anything. I mean, that's the whole point of art, you know? Uh,
Sure.
the one thing, we'll talk about the postmortem thing. Uh, the new artists that are coming out, this new form of hip hop, with this, like,
Mm.
you know what I'm talking about?
Mm.
These are the kids that are dying. Like, these are the
Oh yeah.
kids that are uh, a part of this weird culture of taking Xanax and fentanyl and like a bunch of crazy shit. Fentanyl is what Michael Jackson died to. It's what Prince died to. It's what Kanye was taking for a bit. Like this is like drug epidemic thing that we got going on. And all these kids, these young rappers, XXX Tentacion or Tension,
Mm-hmm.
whatever his name is, and that started with him. He died from a murder, but like his whole, I mean,
Like, talking about drugs, and you're like, but he got killed though. You know.
he got killed, but I feel like him. I would say he was the start of that rap. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say he started the.
Maybe.
He was the start of that like kind of rap where it's like emo rap, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because like you had Migos, which was like the start of the mumble rap. You had Lil Yachty, which was the start of like bubblegum rap.
Oh yeah.
And then you have XXX, which is like this emo punk vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And like a bunch of people like Lil Pump and Juice World and all those people kind of followed suit. And, you know, people dying left or right. Lil Xan like said he was going to stop taking Xanax, even though his name is Lil Xan. Like he said he was going to stop taking. Mac Miller, who was not a part of that group, he was a more OG like white rapper. Also died from drug overdose, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, he did.
I feel like that whole culture got into. I mean, that whole rap culture got into something with these drugs that, you know, got surrounded by yes men. They got surrounded by people who wouldn't tell them when, and allowed them to mess up. You know.
Yeah.
Overdose.
I mean, it's fucked up, really. I'm surprised it doesn't happen in a lot of other genres. You know.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, I have a theory on that.
Oh.
It's because those kids who came from what SoundCloud or whatever.
Yeah, probably.
Their careers, managers like came up to them and were like, or labels, or even if they signed to labels, were like, yeah, just do your thing. You know, you just do your thing, and we'll just go with whatever. And nobody's really putting a hold on them because no one really understood. Their art is so new that no one really understood it. But like pop stars, like Demi Lovato had to go to rehab. Like all these, you know, Selena Gomez had to go, you know, make sure that she wasn't messing up her career because all of their managers and agents and labels were like, nah, you have an image.
Yeah.
But these rappers' image was like, I take Xanax, I take pills, I'm a, you know, let's fuck up with somebody, like whatever.
Yeah.
And so they had to live their lifestyle, and then, but then all of a sudden, you know, all their work that's coming out like right after they die, it's I mean, it's obvious like that's what's going to happen because they're so new to their career. Of course they had features, of course they had stuff that they were working on before their untimely death. Yeah. And what I want to know though is who's getting the proceeds. Where's the money going?
I think they're families. Yeah.
But like,
and
what
like
if
Prince
they signed some shit?
Oh, then they signed some shit.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, that's some dirty money right there, though.
I mean, but like, how, like, I don't know this. Do artists or people who, get famous or get to that point in their career, do they say like, hey, this is the kind of shit that I want released if I can't release it? Do their labels just, say, you owe us this and this is what you have to do? Because imagine making a decision for Juice WRLD after he dies.
Yeah.
What if Juice WRLD didn't want you to make that decision? What if Juice WRLD's album wasn't supposed to come out because he wasn't ready for it to come out?
That's true. I mean, that's kind of weird. It's that is weird. I guess hip hop does have like a weird relationship with this. Like Biggie's second album, Life After Death. It came out after he died, but it was done. Like, he did a release party and then he got shot.
Crazy.
Which is crazy. Have you ever driven over near La Brea Tar Pits and Miracle Mile and stuff? That's where it was. That's where he got shot. Like, in that intersection. It's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah. Anyways, before we get off this topic, favorite Postmortem album or release? Go.
I don't know. I don't know if I have one, because a lot of these artists, I did like Triple X's album when it came out. The only reason why I think that I liked it was because everybody was talking about how good this kid was going to be. Like, he was going to be like one of the mainstream artists, coming up. But I don't know. I don't know if I really liked it or not.
Yeah.
I don't really listen to those rappers, and so I guess I'd have to say
that one.
I guess I have to say that one, because I don't really remember listening to Tupac like that back then. Excuse me. I don't remember listening to his music. I just remember his hits, Yeah. So I don't remember, like, if I thought, oh, I'm going to listen to his album after he died, whatever.
That's true.
What do you think?
I don't think Life After Death counts, because Biggie heard the whole thing and he was at the night of a release party when he got shot.
Yeah.
But he did release, or I guess Puffy released Born Again, which was like a bunch of songs with collabos and stuff. I think Eminem's on that album. But actually, recent times, I think in the last year or two, a Postmortem Prince album came out. And Prince is one of these people that is like Dolly Parton, like has written every song you've ever listened to, right? Like either written it or gave it to somebody to record or something like that. Tons of stuff was by Prince, and like people overlook that a lot. But he can't. Well, there was an album that came out that was like him doing demos that he would send to people, so that they could record them. Like that Sinead O'Connor song. What's the song called? Nothing Compares to You.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, is it?
Nothing. That song.
Go ahead.
No,
I couldn't hear it.
No, you good. You good. You good. But no, that's a Prince song.
Oh.
Yeah, and he so like it's all recordings of like him doing those songs before he like send them to people. It's really cool. I would check that out. I forget what it's called, but it's really cool. All right. So, cool. I know. Go check out that stuff. Shout out to Prince. Shout out to Biggie, Tupac.
They're the homies.
Man, there's a couple other things that we should probably talk about, but I don't even know if we have time for them on this particular episode.
I don't know if we do or not.
You know, it's weird.
Why don't we tease them a little bit and then they'll come to the next episode.
Okay. So, like I said at the top, we have some things in the works. I don't know if this is actually. All right, we be honest with everybody. You know, this is a filler episode. We're gonna drop this in wherever we want. When there's a week that me and Drew can't record or something like that, this is the episode you're hearing.
Just candy pat.
Yeah, whatever. You know. But anyways, yeah, we got some things in the works. We got some little projects that we're working on. Maybe some guests, maybe some sponsors. Actually, definitely some sponsors. Actually,
ooh.
So, shout out
to those
back.
People. Your boys are back.
We are back. At the time of recording this, we have a handful of confirmed sponsors that are about to be throwing some stuff our way. So you guys are going to be seeing that on our bodies, in our bodies. You know what I'm saying? We thirsty boys, you know what I'm saying?
The thirst boys.
But yeah, so that's going to be happening. We have a couple new segments we're going to introduce. I don't know when this episode is going to drop, but you'll see some of those segments sooner or later. And yeah, man, I don't know. It's exciting. I don't know about you, but I'm pumped.
Oh, I know you pumped. I know you pumped.
Super pumped. I know.
You know when Pat's pumped, I stay pumped.
Oh my God. I know for a fact Drew has a shipment of things that we can't show you on this episode that I'm very excited about. And partially is being sent to me, and I'm very excited about it.
Your boy bundled it up real tight for the next episode.
That's what she said.
No, that's not what she said. We're not going there.
We should end. I don't know. We did a positive thing, so I don't even really know if we have to do little things. But you know, we love little things. Do you have any little things you want to just give a little shout to, little hype to?
I got a little thing for you. It's actually a tip.
You do.
Mm-hmm. So, if you find yourself working all day long,
don't do it.
Standing up, doing your thing. Maybe you like me. Maybe you're on a film set.
Ooh.
Standing up, holding a camera all day. There is a secret tip to somebody who is out and about all day and having to run around. I'm about to hit you with that tip. You ready?
Let's hear it.
Fresh pair of socks. That's it. Fresh pair of socks will change your life. Imagine feeling those fresh pair of socks as soon as you're done with the long ass day. If you could last in some socks for all day. You could think about, you don't even think about it. But imagine putting those socks back on after you take them off. It wouldn't be fun, would it? You would not want to put the same socks back on.
All right, that might be a you thing, man. I'm never doing that. Like, if I take my socks off, they're off for the day.
That's what I'm saying. If you have a fresh pair of socks with you, like, it can change your day. Because imagine, like, doing some shit, being stressed, you sweat and you're running around, you're doing a bunch of shit, and you could feel it. I know you could feel it in your feet. You get them feet. You feel it.
Oh. Yeah.
But if you put the socks on, you put the fresh socks on, it changes everything.
Okay.
And I'm with you on that. Like, if I'm home, socks come off, they're off, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, like, to give you a visual or give you that feeling is, imagine what it would have been like to take those socks off and put them right back on. It would be gross, right? So just think about what it would be like to switch those socks out and have fresh socks on.
Mid-go?
Mid-go. Maybe 3 or 4. But, like, lunchtime, maybe, depending on what your morning was like. Fresh socks is a key.
That's a game changer, I think.
It's a game changer. For sure.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I really have a little thing That's a good little thing. I don't even think we got to do both of us have a little thing in each episode. You know,
we don't have to.
I mean, one little thing per episode. You got to give somebody one thing to think about. You know what I'm saying? Think about them feet, man. You don't want to get this what was it, diseases people used to get in war, like for having wet socks and shit, wet shoes.
I don't
having
know.
to chop shit off, gangrene, bruh.
Oh, gangrene.
Change your socks, man. Stop
Change
being
your socks,
dirtbag.
man. You should be gangrene, man. Come on, you can't be gangrene.
Gangrene. You know what I'm saying? No. I'm just gonna give a quick shout out to nightmares. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, what?
Dude, I had this whack nightmare the other night. I gotta tell you about it. So, anyways,
All right.
I'm asleep, right? Story starts out, I'm asleep. So, I'm asleep, and I swear to you, I've been having the most vivid ass nightmare since this quarantine started. I heard that this is a thing. Like, people have been having vivid ass dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, here goes one. I'm sleep as shit in the bed. I have a dream that I woke up.
Classic.
Still asleep. Okay. When I woke up, all the lights was on in the house.
Oof.
And all of my clothes from every closet were in the floor.
Oh.
But I didn't hear a single thing. Didn't hear nothing.
Eesh.
Bruh. It freaked me out so bad. I know that's not weird, but like, it's weird. But like, it freaked me out so bad, I woke myself up. And was expecting to see shit on the floor.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, maybe it's because I've been watching all these like what's it called? Golden State Killer show, you know? This dude been sneaking in houses trying to kill couples.
You telling me you watch the Golden State Killer and
go
your
straight to
nightmare comes and it's your clothes all over the ground?
No. So the freaky part is though, if all that shit's on the ground, you think you're going to hear something, but I didn't hear anything. So I was like, oh shit. You know, you get that creepy feeling that someone's around you, but you can't see them, or someone's staring at you from far away. It was like that, but like, oh shit, somebody's in my house, and now it's a labyrinth because I have to go through my clothes to find whoever it is, and all the closets are open and everything's open, so anybody could be hiding behind anything. And bro, it was just freaky. It was weird.
Have you ever heard of this book called House of Leaves?
No, bro. I ain't reading nothing.
You talked about that? I mean, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Bro, that feeling that you had is the feeling that you get when you read that book.
Oh,
it's
good,
like...
then. I already had that feeling. We good. Mission accomplished, book. I already did it.
So, you finishing off with a nightmare? That's good.
Yeah. You know, shout out to nightmares. You know, terrifying. You know. You know what's some shit though? Every time I wake up in the night, my bro, I swear to you, my allergies be acting up in the middle of the night. Like, you wake up, I go to sleep fine, and then I wake up and like my nose I gotta take a couple sneezes, my nose be running or some shit, or maybe my nose super dry and it itch inside of it, and I'm like, god damn, now I can't go to sleep like either one way or the other, because I'm gonna have drainage clogging up one nostril, and then I'm gonna have to wake up and turn over. Bro, it's some bullshit. I'm just saying.
It's a bullshit.
I'm saying, like, I do not like waking up in the middle of the night. It is not fun.
Oh.
It's the worst.
You know, your boy used to have
Do you have
sleep
night
paralysis.
terrors? Huh? Oh, really?
No, worse. Sleep paralysis, yeah.
Really?
I used to drink, it used to happen when I would drink soft drinks, like Coke or something like that, like close to bedtime.
Okay.
Or if I took a nap during the day or something like that. That shit is horrible. It is the worst experience, and you never want to go through it. You know, like the classic image of someone who with sleep paralysis is someone sitting, like, kneeling on your chest, sitting on your chest. Like, I don't know if you even know anything about sleep paralysis, but that is one of the most classic you basically like in your dream, you wake up but you're still asleep, but you can't move. And so one of the most terrifying ones that I experienced, I woke up in my bed and I was like looking around. I looked at my my bedroom door, and this woman in the black dress like came in, and she put her knees like on my throat. And she was like sitting there on my throat and just like sitting and just on top of me. And it was like kind of one of those like ring grudge situations, but more like black cloaked thing. And
bro, you realize I'm a home alone for the next like 5 days, right? Why the fuck you telling me about some black cloak bitch trying to choke you out in the night? Hell no.
That's sleep paralysis, though. You don't have to worry about that.
Hell no. God, the woman in black in this motherfucker. I'm looking down a dark hallway right now. Hell no. This whack. All right. It's been your boys, Pat Irish Juice Pass. This has been Happy Hour.
Close it out.
Podcast. That's it for this one.
Good night.
On the next
I hope you
one,
sleep
you
well.
know what I'm saying? Hit us up, quicksixerpodcast@gmail.com if you want to send us some stuff or hit us up about sponsorship or whatever. Yeah. So have fun with them nightmares. Bye.